How safe do you feel within in this external system? Smart cities were thought to make you safe, but do you feel safe not having privacy? What they stand for is abuse of authority, power, control, and manipulation from the use of surveillance, monitoring, analysis, reporting, and tracking with every bit of data that they claim is protected but is actually used behind the curtains by the dark, powerful groups to keep you under control and hopeless to obey without questioning their unconscious acts, pushing and pulling you to react, suppress, or cope with stress and trauma cycles to dysregulate your nervous systems into disease, whilst buying services, terms, and conditions to forget your truth, cloud your logic, or confuse your own internal emotional compass, orientation, intuition, and discernment. The moment you question why they are stressing you out, or you have to set strong batteries due to them being crossed repeatedly, they will flip the script and target you with a red dot in your back, using a victim mentality to create adversities because they lack accountability. And with every step you take, bringing awareness and clarity, you are labeled crazy and bad, whilst they distort the truth using surveillance methods to watch you, creating bad reputation wherever you go, to infect your energy with negativity using texts, emails, and unknown phone calls, to mirror, influence, and interfere with your professional and personal life, to deliberately break you down to trauma and disease, forcing you to move away from whatever you are. What is your address, your doctor's, your supermarket, or your gym? So their narrative makes sense when they created the bad reputation. These dysfunctional human beings want to control and manipulate everything from your ego identity, including spirituality, psychology, expression, health, habits, history, entertainment, family, friends, social and professional relationships, career and wealth, using lack of money to influence your spending, earnings, and savings. Once the system gets hold of your attention, using information from your job, bank, shopping center, gym, wherever you go, know that your energy, your time, your space, and intelligence are being checked and analyzed 24/7, constantly looking for errors and faults to be used against you in case you fail to behave accordingly to what's expected. You might think you are safe, free, and even love the smart city because there's enough conditions that allow you to live in accordance with the ethics and the law from being a decent and citizen, but there's security measures that can change very quickly once you speak your truth and express your concerns about your values, morals, and rights. They only value your initiative and input in the group if it's what's expected from you, for their benefit. But that's not love. That's a transaction. Being trusted and respected only if you shrink to get what you should already have within you is emotional blackmail. There's systems in place looking for flaws, trying to influence you with habits and behaviors so that your actions are logged in databases to analyze a normal character through a social accepted digital ID, using cashless payments to verify, and phone services or other apps to control what are you doing or what's your location. This is not about security or convenience, but about control and power, so much that even if you haven't done anything wrong, you are already being treated as if you did something wrong, because all these measures will intimidate and control your nervous system, keeping your cortisol levels high. It's like a mental prison because people are afraid of judgment for expressing their authenticity, so end up forced wearing a mask to comply with expectations to fit in the group. All this fear and lack is inflicted into your emotional system to keep you broken and hopeless about being whole and complete. Your sense of self, inner power, integrity, dignity and spiritual connection becomes compromised to conditions and external circumstances, to the validation and approval of the establishments that have the means to buy your freedom as long as you do as they say, but not as they do, so that you can succeed but never be better than them. The moment you are safe, secure and comfortable being who you are within, you break free from the deceptions, from the expectations and the pressures and demands, but then you become a threat. You may lose your dignity if you are focused externally trying to get more money to prove your worth, and escape the survival mode which will attach you to the lies, illusions and deceptions of society's definition of freedom and happiness. To have access to your money used by banks and digital currencies that dictate what you can buy accordingly with your financial credit, that only supports endless consumption to keep you busy chasing money till you drop dead in your grave because you don't value your energy, your time, space and wisdom enough to make the necessary changes. Whoever holds your details has the power to influence whoever they want, for good or bad. Whether you can be trusted or not, be accepted or isolated, rejected or abandoned, given access or restricted from having a normal life. Just because you are authentic and think, feel and act differently from what they consider normal. All the big cities such as London, Paris, Rome, Madrid, Lisbon live like this, and more worldwide are being structured to fit this model. The devil already recruited more demons for their group here where I live at the moment, because misery loves company. I've noticed the emails sent to trigger me into chaos before and after events, to create drama and conflict with people that hurt me for no reason, but I calmly put all in order. This group of demons keep using the same tactics they used when I was living and working there in London, thinking their fear system works wherever I go. Many people have no choice but to comply with the devil's survival and lack trauma cycles because their ego is triggered and they are afraid of losing their identity. But when you have no ego but a soul, the demons can't touch you. Proof of that is that the devil always seemed to put everyone against Jesus, but he never affected Jesus against humanity or God, because he can't. Many people have returned to their origins, close to their family and nature, because they refuse to sell their soul to the devil for money or power.